All right. Welcome. Welcome. Good Friday. Good Friday, everyone. Good Friday. Come on in. Just wrapping up, checking out the Lincoln Ware show. He's hilarious, as always. I enjoy checking out the Lincoln Ware show. So yeah, just wrapping him up. Again, it's Good Friday, and happy Good Friday to everyone. Give me a call, 513-717-KING, 513-717-5464. Come in, say hi. Y'all know me. I'm a little needy. I need you know, just attention. So just say hi. That's all the attention I really need. Um, thank you for everybody for letting me know that there was no sound. Let me run them off. Run them off. The names. Y'all know I try to do this. It buys a little time because I know Lincoln is probably on there getting drunk now, and people like to watch people get drunk. But good afternoon, Nicole, Brandy, Robert, Sierra, LaDonna, Greg, Marquita, Lonzo, Renita, Phyllis, Candy D, Asia, Jason, Dee Dee. Good afternoon and good Friday. Do people still like celebrate Good Friday? How does one celebrate Good Friday? How does one celebrate Good Friday? I don't really know. I know some people like go to there's a particular Good Friday service that people go to at church. But if you're not a church person, or you're not go to church, how does one celebrate Good Friday? Silver Fox, Darnell, Nicole, Rick, Beth. Who did I miss? I missed somebody. I didn't. Queen Love. All right, Queen Love. Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. From time to time, you'll hear me call it the afternoon experience, but that's just because I'm old and it's hard to change my ways. And it was the afternoon experience for a number of years. So swapping it out, I fall back into that. Bomani says, I look distinguished today. I got on some glasses and a jacket. It is interesting the way thank you. Thank you. But it is interesting the way that people perceive clothing. That's interesting. Because if I was in here with just this t-shirt and no glasses, but you put on a little jacket and some glasses, and people think you doing something. So all right. Phyllis says I look snazzy. Snazzy, that's a word you don't hear very much. Yes. Thank you. Tria says, I missed yesterday. What's with the new look? The new look yesterday was me mocking people trying to mock me about Lincoln. And I figured since I did it yesterday, I'll finish out the week and I'll do it today. And then that'll be that. And then I'll be back to my normal person. I'll be back to my normal t-shirt. And that's that. Because I'm comfortable in a t-shirt. To me, that's dressed up. So, celebrate Good Friday by getting your outfit and food together for Easter. Okay. Someone says, if Jesus didn't give up the ghost, he wouldn't have rose. So that's what make it good for those that believe in his life, death, and resurrection. But Tina, Lonzo, but how do you celebrate it? Now, I'm not talking about praying the steps. Somebody put that up. This might be insensitive of me. I don't care nothing about praying the steps. That's just a certain segment of Cincinnati tradition. The media likes to talk about it because I guess it makes for a good visual. on the news. But I don't know personally a single black person that prayed the steps of whatever that church is. I'm not saying anything negative about it. If you want to go over there and do that, then go do it. I really do. I don't know why. It really bothers me when they be hyping it up. Like, like it's I don't know no black people. When y'all talk about stuff like that, I'm like, that's some white people stuff. Like, that's some white people stuff. Phyllis says she went to Catholic school and the nuns would make her eat butter bread. Butter, is that just bread with butter on it? Is that just bread with butter on it? Are you not comfortable in your leisure jacket? I'm not uncomfortable, but I'm more comfortable in just a t-shirt. If I took off this jacket right now, I would be like, yeah, see this? Oh, now I'm comfortable. Tria says she knows of one, but she thinks he just wanted to fit in. That exists. That exists. People see it on TV because, they talk about it like it's the best thing ever. So they see it and they, oh, I want to pray the steps of whatever. Like, sit your black ass down. You don't know nothing about that. That's not for you. You know what I'm saying? That's not for you. But look, if you want to do it, go do it. I'm gonna, judge you just a little bit, but let me. I do got a couple things that I want to discuss, but I'm giving people an opportunity to finish watching Lincoln get drunk. Finish watching Lincoln get drunk, and then swing on through. Did Jesus walk up those steps? You would think so, by the way they cover it on the Cincinnati media. You would think that Jesus himself came to Cincinnati in what is that? Is it Mount Adams? Is it Mount something? And walked up those stairs on his trek to get crucified. You know what I'm saying? You would think that was a part of the journey, the way that the media covers it. We're reporting live from the steps of the like, please, why are you reporting that? That's something they do every year. That ain't news. Let me see. Prayer works. I'm not saying it don't. But praying while you walking up them stairs, what do that do? What do that do? Oh, we're reporting live from the steps of the whatever. I keep saying the whatever because I can't think of what it is. Somebody will put it up here because somebody thinks it's really important. Jason says Mount Adams. Thank you. I did see where apparently Mrs. Ware punched Lincoln in the mouth. He probably deserved it. I still enjoy giving Lincoln Ware a hard time, even though I know with 100% certainty that he is not watching this because I am still watching him on my phone. So he is still live. So he is definitely not watching this. But somebody will tell him, it's always some little punk snitch somewhere trying to get some stuff started, riding Lincoln's jock. Emanuel said that your wife punched you in the mouth. Why would he say that? And whichever one of y'all watching now that's going to say that. I can't say what I was going to say. But you's a punk. You's a punk snitch. But I'll tell him that I said it and we'll laugh about it. But yeah, I believe him. I believe. Oh, he's drinking. He's drinking. I just saw him drinking. Are your glasses prescription? These glasses are not prescription. Although I do have prescription glasses that look almost exactly like this. But these glasses are not prescription. But yeah, I got a couple things that I want to discuss. So let me get on with it. I don't know if this was discussed, but did anybody see the story about the 16-year-old who they say is facing responsible for 3 murders? Anybody see this story? There's apparently a 16-year-old who is they allege that this person is responsible for killing 3 people. At least one of them when he was 15. At least one of them when he was 15. And I would think and this is just me thinking, his parents got to be ashamed. Or okay, more than likely his mama got to kind of be ashamed of him. You would think, wouldn't you? His mama gotta be a little bit ashamed of him. Like, that's not something to be, well, maybe it is for some people, believe it or not. That is something to be proud of. I was really surprised when I was a part of a family that glorified the things that we talk about as being bad. Like I was a part of a family. I'm just gonna say that. I was a part of a family, not my family, but I was a part of a family where there were a number of people in the family who you think about something that you think is negative, dropping out of high school. They would be proud of that. You ain't gonna finish no white man in high school. And I'll be thinking, like, what the hell? What? You dropped out of high school? Who drops out of high school? Dropping out of high school wasn't even an option for me. It wasn't an option. Like, not even a thought. The question was, where are you going to college? Not if you going to college, but where are you going to college? There were some financial issues there, but that was the mindset. Just the thought that I might not finish high school, that wasn't even a thought. But I was a part of a family that was down with that. A lot of families are down with this now. But having babies out of wedlock. Like, as young teens. Like, hey, they're proud of that. And not just accepting. Like, it happened. Ain't nothing that you can do now that it happened. So, you know what I'm saying? You just deal with it. And, we not going to shame you or whatever. See, that's different than being proud of it. Like, you 13, y'all going to have a baby? But she 13. She got a boyfriend and you already pushing for a baby? When y'all going to have a baby? She 13. She a baby. Why are you pushing for a baby? I'm telling you, just about anything that you can think of that's bad. Oh, he out there. They wouldn't use this term, and they used a number of different terms, but basically, he out there selling drugs. Yeah, he sure do. He sell drugs. Yeah. You want to know where you can get some drugs? You can get some drugs from him because he said it. Like, what? How are you his mama and you proud of this? How are you his mama and you proud of this? And so I'm saying all of that. And again, just about anything that you can think of that's negative, this particular family was not just accepting of, but proud of. So I could imagine that this is the type of family that might, if they, your 16-year-old is the lead suspect in 3 homicides. There are families out there that would be like, yeah, my baby out there killing people. Sure is. You don't cross my baby, because if you cross my baby will kill you. All the way up until, which again, I don't know if this 16-year-old is guilty. These are just allegations. I don't know if this 16-year-old is guilty. These are just allegations. I always try to be really careful about saying that, because I don't want to say somebody guilty of doing something that they didn't do. Just because they're accused doesn't mean they're guilty. We know that people are wrongfully convicted of stuff here in these United States and really probably around the world on a regular basis. But I just imagine that if my 16-year-old son was accused of 3 murders. 3 murders. Man, I would be a little ashamed. But in my head, if you got a 16-year-old and you've raised a 16-year-old who's accused of 3 murders, you probably didn't speak very much about the virtue of life and not committing crimes. Like, that wasn't a conversation in your house. That wasn't something that you made known that you were against. Matter of fact, you might have been like this family that I'm talking about, who might encourage that. Glenn said, I got my jacket at Dino's on the Skywalk. Actually, I think I got this from a thrift store. I saw it. I don't buy a lot of clothes from thrift stores, even though I do go to thrift stores from time to time. Like, I got to run to a thrift store or two when I leave here. But I saw this jacket and I was like, that's an interesting old school jacket. And I don't know, it was just something about it. I liked it. So I got it. So this is an old school jacket. I did not get it from Dino's. My guess is, this is something from the maybe the 60s or something. I don't know. But I liked it. So I got it. 513-717 King. 513-717-5464. And I know we had this conversation all the time, but I gotta know. I gotta ask again. If you commit murders at the age of 15, should the parents, plural, singular or plural, be responsible in any way, shape, or form? Shoulder any of the legal blame? Excuse me. Excuse me. Should the parents shoulder any of the legal blame for that? Or is that just a bad kid? Just a bad kid. Willie's and Sally's sometimes have clothing tags still on them. Okay, I don't know what Willie's and Sally's is, but thank you. Brent says no. Parents should not. 15? Your 15-year-old is out murdering people? And as a parent, you should not have any responsibility for that? Glenn says, I have a 15-year-old. I can't imagine him being involved in this stuff. I'd be trying not to cuss, Glenn. And it's Good Friday too. So Glenn, if your 15-year-old do go out, because see, you raised your 15-year-old, which is why you can't imagine him at 15 murdering 3 people. But if your son did go out and murder 3 people, aren't you partially responsible in some way? Aren't you partially responsible in some way? Vernon says, hell no, there's nothing you can do if they're killing people. You raised them. What did you put into them at 15 for them to be murdering people? You raised them. Glenn wants to know what's the number. The number 513-717-KING. 513-717-5464. 717-KING. Bomani says no. See, I think LaDonna says these kids are off the chain. I think y'all are all part of the problem. I think y'all are all part of the problem. I really do believe. I really do believe. No, Jason says, got a 17-year-old daughter. I'm sure you meant doing my best. If she messes up, it's on her. All right. You say you're doing your best. You say you're doing your best. Is your daughter out there murdering? Is your daughter murdering people? Again, Jason says, we've done our best. Is your daughter murdering people? Now, when you say done our best, guess what that says to me? You put stuff in her. And I mean that in a good way. You poured into her. Good values, good morals, all of that kind of stuff. Hold on. We got Glenn on the line. Glenn, you're on the afternoon experiment.
You're not 77 years old.
I don't know what that means, I promise.
Remember when remember the Medicare people called? Or you called them?
Yes.
And the guy was like, you're not 70. We're 72. Matter of fact, I put 5 years on you, thing. Manuel, first of all, I come up in the caller ID.
Well, not really, but because you've called before, I put your name in.
Oh, okay. I'm like, man, I was trying to stay incognito. And by the way, man, I am sideways hating on you that you got the king. I'm like, why didn't I go like 513-221 petty? I didn't think about that. I was just thinking about a common number. I know, but I'm like, damn, I want to change my number now. You know, you got one on me. But you brought up the question, Emanuel. I want to say no. But at 15 years old, Mary, you got kids, man. You got a 15-year-old, or you had a 15-year-old before.
Yes.
At 15 years old, he had to be getting out of the house at times where he shouldn't be out as a 15-year-old. He got access to a gun where you shouldn't have access to a gun at 15 years old. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's got to be some parental responsibility, I would say.
Look, I remember.
Am I wrong for saying that?
No, because I remember at around 15, my daughter somehow got her hands on a phone, and then she wasn't allowed to have a phone, just because. And I guess I was behind the times. Whatever. She was 15. She didn't have a phone, but she got her hands on a phone. Please don't ask me to recall how I found out that she had a phone, but I found out that she had a phone, and I remember her asking me, "How did you know that I had a phone?" And I don't remember my answer to her. But you can't be in my house and have a phone or have a gun and me not figure it out, me not notice something is going on.
I mean, something, Emanuel. And by the way, it's not just you talking about being behind the times. You remember when I told you I had to take Miles' phone away from him? Found out they can communicate with each other on Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to be talking to Emmanuel. Find out y'all playing GTA together, talk about the same stuff you would talk about if you were on the phone together.
Yeah.
So it's not just you, man. I was like, well, I took the Xbox too then. But I wasn't up to it. Because remember back in the day when we were on punishment, all my mother did was like take the black and white TV, and I couldn't get to the phone because the cord didn't stretch from the kitchen to my room. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
We still had them cords. But yeah,
we had no alternative.
And so yeah, that's my point is you got a 15-year-old. Again, I know it's only 2 years, but there is in my mind a world of difference between a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old. There's a world of difference. And if you've got a 15-year-old that's so far gone that they're murdering people, what were they doing at 10? You know what I'm saying? You just in my mind, that stuff don't just pop up overnight.
I mean, as far as the parents are concerned, they didn't instill some type of empathy and sympathy with that child. Like, hey, you might not want to go out and just start murdering people. I mean, right now, my biggest challenge is telling my son, like, more than once, like, hey, the dishes are piling up in the sink. You might want to take out this garbage, son. It's looking like the dumpster. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never had to have, Miles, as your dad, I need to tell you, son, you don't need to be out there committing homicide. I just never had. I mean, hell, we barely had the talk.
I mean, I don't ever remember. Let me take that back. I was about to say I don't ever remember having conversations with my kids about not murdering people. Because I never had specifically don't murder anybody. I never had that conversation, but I did have conversations with them about being good people, about being, don't be bullying people when you're in school. If you see somebody being bullied, you know what I'm saying? Either you don't participate in it or you stand up for them or you stand with them, just having empathy and sympathy for people. Don't treat people bad. And in my mind, that translates to as well as don't murder people too. You know what I'm saying? So I never actually had the don't murder people conversation, but I had to treat people right, be a good person, don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice. You know what I'm saying? All of that.
I mean, all that, or, don't make me call your grandma speech. You know what I mean? I mean, I'll tell you, I'll give you a promise. I know, believe me, between grandma and auntie, and when my father was here, when he was still alive, believe me, I got a team. We don't want to slide through on you, but just to go back a little bit, remember the stuff about what happened out at Kings Island? I told you my son goes there. That's like, them going to Kings Island is like, hey, I'll meet you up at Swifton Commons or Avondale Town Center back in my day. That was just a little hangout spot. But I had to tell him, like, hey, stuff start jumping off. Run away from it. Don't be part of it. If you need to call me instead of, Miss Grisham down, your friend's mother, I'll come and get you. Now, sure, I'll be mad because now you're wasting my gas money and I got to deal with a crowd in front of Kings Island, but I'll come and pick you up. But outside of that, I've never had the, son, don't be a menace to society speak. I mean, and the reason why we don't understand this, Emmanuel, and, I know people going to trip, but we're kind of normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normal. But that's why people say, well, I just can't understand why, a guy would walk on a subway and start shooting people. You're not supposed to understand that.
Right.
It's not supposed to be on the top, like 2 million things on your list.
Right.
Of what not to do. So, I get it, man. But, and let me see if I can find me a number. 1-800-PATTY. You have a good one, brother. Hey, what about jacket, man? What color is that?
I don't know. It's somewhere between pink and purple.
Okay, as long as it ain't fuchsia.
I don't know what fuchsia is exactly, but it's somewhere between pink and
purple. It's that color Tiger wore.
Glenn?
It's that color Tiger wore in the first round of the Masters.
I don't watch the Masters. I don't watch golf.
Oh,
it's not a real sport. But
it's a black club hitting a white ball, so
It's what?
It's a black club hitting a white ball.
Okay. Let me, before you go, what about whatever, Glenn? In terms of a phone number. 717
I kind of like Patty, man. See, because you got the king, man. You got the king. Actually, on a serious tip, Emmanuel, if you would, man, I want to call you. I want some advice. So, I mean, being all serious, do you have a green screen behind you?
Yes, I do.
Because whenever I try to do a background, and I'm trying to use Restream, it just, the Restream brought down, it looks crazy. I'm like sitting behind a pool in Vegas somewhere, but every time I move, it's like a silhouette follows me. So that's because I don't have a green screen, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get there, man. Like I said, 513-221 Patty. I'm looking for it.
Glenn, just give me a call. I don't mind helping you. I'll walk you through whatever it is that you need. If you need me to come over,
I truly appreciate it, man.
I'll come over and what I can show you what I got and look at what I don't like the way that sounds.
The chat. I'm surprised Louis, Gerald, Benabout, or what was it, Black Wolf Fish? They're gonna have something to say.
Oh yeah. That's why it's a shame I have to think about stuff like that. But I'll show you what I got. I'll look at what you got, and then we'll determine what you need to.
Because Manuel, let me tell you real quick. I got the audio interface. Got the two monitors. Well, I got an extra monitor with my laptop. Got the ring light. I got a digital camera, HP. And actually, I got like my old cell phone, which is a really good cell phone, that I was going to use as like my camera too. You know how you got your different cameras and stuff like that? Yeah. I was going to have like a close-up and then one far away, like that.
I'm working on getting my camera two together. It's not working good with the green screen, but I'll get it there. But yes.
But they say that actually the camera that's in your phone is almost as good as some of the cameras that are out there because the technology gets better and better every year.
Yes, but not the camera that's in my phone.
Okay. Hey, no, do they even have Blackberries anymore?
I don't think they still got them. Hey, Glenn, I appreciate your call.
Taking my call, brother.
All right.
Hey, good Friday. Have a great weekend, man.
You do the same. All right. That was Glenn, 513-717-KING, 513-717-5464. Now, I was saying, honestly, I think y'all might be part of the problem. All of those of you who are saying, no, the parents should not have any responsibility from a legal standpoint. And y'all know me, I hesitate to say this stuff because I know I'm going to have to explain it because nuance is hard. But I don't necessarily think that the parents should be going to jail because of it, unless you can prove that I don't even want to say aided in the physical crime, but if they created an environment where that mindset was looked at as okay, if they created an environment where it nurtured that in that child, then maybe they should go to jail. Maybe they should. I know y'all be thinking I'm crazy and y'all be thinking I'm making stuff up when I tell y'all that there are people out there who are teaching their children horrible things. Whereas you and I are teaching our children be good people, they are teaching their children to do some of these bad things. That's a real thing. Hold on, let me go back to the phone. Ron D, you're on the afternoon experiment.
How did you know that it was me?
I'm the king of talk, man.
I don't even want to know. But what's a trip is Nate, he'll speak. He'll speak.
Who?
Nathan Ivy.
Okay.
He will speak. No, he will not speak when Glenn speaks. Because, and it's a trip because Glenn snuck that in on you. And you ain't peep it out. but just listen.
Okay,
Just listen.
I didn't peep it out when you said it
Just,
either, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
okay. You know, he'll keep out his petty. What is it? Petty. No, I don't even want to say it. I don't. You know,
What?
I respect you. I respect you,
Thank you.
and I respect Nathaniel Living or Nathaniel Livingston.
I respect him too.
You know, but he trying to get your your probs over to him.
And I'll help him. Look, Ron,
But you know
Ron,
what?
Ron,
But you know what? But you
Ron,
know what?
Ron.
He
Oh my God.
he don't know.
Ron,
No,
Ron.
because okay.
Hold on a
I
second.
know how you
Ron,
are.
Ron,
You
hold
ain't
on a
a
second.
hater.
Ron,
Okay.
hold on a
You
second.
not a hater.
Ron.
You not a hater.
Oh my God. Ron. If
Okay.
you wanted to do a podcast and I could help you, I would help you too. I'm all about helping people,
Wait,
you know, fulfill their dreams, push towards their destiny, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
wait a minute. Because so you would try to elevate me
Absolutely.
as a podcaster. Now I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to be a podcaster,
Oh.
but I don't want to be a podcaster. But you had an opportunity to help me, but 11, 13, 17, you didn't help me.
What?
You didn't. No. Wait a minute. 11th month, the 13th day.
That would be November 13th.
Yes, the 17th of the year.
The 2017.
Yes.
What happened November 13th,
But
2017?
but listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm trying.
You know what? And it's a trip because I don't know. I forgave you for all that.
What are you talking about? What happened?
No, because you can't. You don't know what you're going to replay it.
I want to know
You
what
gonna
you're talking.
replay?
I have no idea. Oh
You
my
gonna
God.
replay it on the buzz?
Oh my God.
You can't. You can't do it.
What
And
are you
you can't.
talking about? I don't know
Okay,
what you're talking
wait.
about. Oh my God.
Listen to me.
I'm trying.
You can't replay it on the buzz
I'm not on the buzz anymore.
because you ain't on the buzz.
Right. So what are you talking? You could
You-
just
but-
tell
but-
me
but-
what you're talking about.
Okay. So when you dog me, don't and you don't want to say you don't. I don't want to say Donnie B name. I don't want to say Donnie B's name. You don't. And you won't force me.
What? Ron.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Ron. Hold on. Stop.
Okay.
Stop for just a minute. Stop.
Okay.
Either tell me what it is that you were talking about or stop talking about it.
Okay. You and Donnie B.
Who is Donnie B?
Don't do that to me, man.
Ron.
Don't do
either
that to
either
me, 'cause
tell me who Donnie B is or don't talk about it.
Okay. All right. Okay. I ain't gonna talk about it.
All right.
But I will say.
What? What?
No, I will say that no. I just want to shift something else to this. everybody, the CPD has been missing over 14, and I think 14, but I know 7. They had. I want to say, man, I don't want to say Donnie B. Main. Man, don't make you say that.
Ron.
Don't make me say
Ron.
that. What are you? What are you? What are you doing?
Ron, hey, I appreciate your call.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, I know. Well, I think he has a medical issue, and so it's talking and getting things out is a little difficult for him. So I really do. I try to be patient with regard to that. But so that I don't think he's been drinking. I don't think he just. I mean, I think he had a stroke, and so I can understand how his things can be slightly impaired. But that ain't got nothing to do with you talking about stuff, but then you're not talking about it, but then you don't want to talk about it, but then you change the subject and then you come back to talk about it, but you don't really want to talk about it. You want to talk about stuff secretively that I don't know nothing about. I can't defend myself or even say, yep, you're right, I did that. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't blame the stroke for that. Because he apparently know who Donnie B is. If somebody know who Donnie B is, if y'all can tell me, I will appreciate it. I have no idea who Donnie B is. So I don't know what he's talking about. And if you can't talk about it, then you can't talk about it. Lewis says, I respect you as a man, but as a podcaster, you cannot compete with Corey Holcomb. It's levels to this, E-Man. Okay. All right, Corey Holcomb wins. I'm not trying to compete with nobody. I'm just doing this because I like y'all. I'm doing this because I like y'all. So I'm sorry if I can't compete with Corey Holcomb. What? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Donnie B is Danietta Bailey, a local Cincinnati lawyer. What did I do with Danietta Bailey? I don't think I know Danietta Bailey. The name is familiar, but I don't think I know Danietta Bailey. And what did we do to Ron D on November 13th of 2017? I don't even think I was on the air. I didn't have a show in 2017, I don't think. What in the world? Now I'm like totally thrown off because I have no idea. Tina says, I need help setting up my podcast. I think you got my number, Tina. Reach out to me. If not, shoot me a message on Facebook. I get back to you. You wasn't one of them people I was supposed to be getting back to and never got back to, are you? Oh, and I'm supposed to remember the specific date of November 13th, 2017. Do y'all know how this thing works? Y'all know I was on the buzz for what, 21, 22 years. I didn't have a show all of that time. But I was there listening to shows over and over and over and over and over, like almost every day, sometimes 7 days a week. And then you just pull out a date. What did you say, November 13th, 2017? I don't know. I'm supposed to remember what I said just on that. I don't have that kind of memory. But y'all know Ron D is not the only one who does that. I run into people when I'm out and about, because y'all know I'm very low key. I'm very low key. But a lot of times, people I'll be in the hardware store and I'll be talking to somebody about something. So I'm trying to install this. Is this the right junction box for? And somebody will come and peek around the corner. Is you Emanuel Livingston? And I'll be like, yes, I am. And it starts out good. Man, I listen to you every day on the radio. I've been listening to you for 20 years. Like, thank you. I appreciate the support. Because I really do. I mean that when I say that. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Do you remember when you said it was September 4th, 2003 at around 4:25? And you said, I said what? You don't remember? No, I don't remember. Oh, I was laughing. I still think about that and laugh. What did I say? You don't remember? No, I don't remember. I have no idea what I said. September 4th, 2000 at 4:30. No, tell me, what did I say? Oh, you crazy. You crazy. Okay, I don't know what I said, but I must be crazy. I'm glad that, it stuck with you, but I don't remember. I don't be remembering that stuff. People do. They have I said so many things over the years. So many things. Ron Omega says new four of something, and I don't want to make no problems for Danny B. BUF up because you will sacrifice her for you. Who is Danny B? Who is Danny B? I think this is supposed to be now you full of S, and I don't want to make no problems for Danny B. You effed up because you will sacrifice her for you. I have no idea what that means. Wow. Respectfully, his stroke made him remember the exact date, but not what happened. Now I do remember Yvonne and her roadside service, which was a good service, by the way. I don't know if she ever got that off the ground. It was a great idea. But okay, back to y'all being part of the problem. Because y'all take the responsibility. I'm talking about the 16-year-old who is alleged to be responsible for the deaths of 3 people, 3 murders in Cincinnati or in the Cincinnati area. And I'm saying parents should be held to some degree of liability for the things that their young kids under 16 do. When do you stop holding parents responsible? What's the magic age? So if you murder somebody at 15, parents ain't responsible. That's on you. What about 14? 13? 12? My 12-year-old go out and murder somebody. Am I responsible for that? Should I be? What's the magic age? 10? If my 10-year-old goes out and murders 3 people, am I responsible for that? Y'all tell me, what is the magic age where parental responsibility goes away? And that's why I think y'all part of the problem. That's why I think y'all part of the problem. Because I don't think that we are holding parents to the standard that we should be holding them to. And I think that creates a situation where those parents don't have to be parents. They don't have to be good parents. They don't have to be responsible parents. They get to just be whatever. And they can encourage this badness, knowing that if they talk about the fact, because again, I'm telling y'all, there are parents out here who are encouraging their children to get involved in bad behaviors. Brent wants me to define what I mean by holding parents responsible. Okay, here's what I mean. I'm trying to come up with an age where y'all might say that a parent should be held responsible, but it's hard with y'all because apparently y'all don't think the parents should be held responsible for anything. So my 7-year-old go out and murder 3 people. You hold my 7-year-old responsible, but you hold me responsible, even if only in this sense. You didn't raise your child right. You didn't exercise control over your child. So you are responsible if I'm just charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Then that's my charge. But from a legal standpoint, you got to put some of the responsibility on me. Some of it you got to put on me because I raised this person. This person is a minor. Thus, I'm still responsible for them. And I believe I saw Janice earlier. I saw Janice put up there, well, they should be able to be sued civilly. They should be able to be sued civilly. And y'all still, like, how crazy are y'all? How crazy are y'all? Bomani says, I don't think there is a magic age. There is not. If the child used a gun owned by the parent that should have been locked up, then there's parental responsibility. So if my 7-year-old gets a gun, it wasn't my gun, but somebody gave my 7-year-old a gun, and my 7-year-old go out on the street and shoot somebody and murder them, and then come home, hide the gun, and then a couple weeks later go shoot somebody else and murder them, and come home, and then a few weeks later go shoot somebody and murder them because they just kicking it out there on the street. I have no responsibility for the actions of my 7-year-old. That's what y'all saying? Then what the hell are we doing as parents? Why even have parents? Y'all part of the problem. Because when you say the parents shouldn't be held responsible, then you're saying you can teach them anything. You can show them anything. You can encourage anything. And whatever they do, that's on them. It ain't on you. What then is the reason for being parents? What do y'all think your job is as a parent if it's not to mold and shape that person into a good, responsible person? And if as a society, as a community, we not going to hold parents responsible and hold them to that and say, it's your job to make this person into a good person. That's a part of your responsibility. You took the responsibility to have it and to raise it, so you got to do it right. Otherwise, you get in trouble. And if we don't say that, what the hell? What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? My bet is the legal system would prefer not to set a standard for when to hold parents responsible because it complicates the process. The legal system would rather cherry pick when to go after parents. All right. But apparently, on this, whatever, because I don't consider this a podcast, on this live stream, we don't think any parent should ever be held responsible for anything that their children do criminally if they didn't help them do it. If parents out there showing their kids how to shoot and stuff, yes, they should be held liable. I actually don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. If anything, I think parents should be showing their kids how to shoot. Again, I know when I lived in Alabama, I got some relatives down there. I can guarantee you, they were taught how to shoot by their parents. But they were also taught when to shoot and where to shoot and why to shoot. Like if you're not actually teaching stuff, then you allowing everything else to do the teaching. Here's how you shoot a gun. And this is when you shoot a gun. When you're hunting, this is where you shoot the gun. This is why you shoot the gun. Jason says, my dad never taught me. Okay. Robert says, I taught my son at 9 years old how to shoot a gun, and he's 20 now. I've always kind of thought like teaching a kid how to shoot a gun, letting them responsibly teaching them how to responsibly handle guns and shoot guns and all of that kind of stuff takes the mystery and the wow factor out of the gun. And you know how it is. You a young person, and the first time that you see something that you've been told, oh no, that's bad. Oh no, that's horrible. Oh no, that's scary. But then you see it and you like, ooh, it's bad. It's scary. I'm not supposed to. I want to touch it though. Can I hold it? Can I aim it? Ooh. Ooh. Oh. You know what I'm saying? It's new. It's like a toy. But then somebody who done had access to that their whole life, they like, give me that. That ain't no toy. Stop playing with that. That's something to be taken serious. Janice says, kind of like teaching sex education. I agree. Janice, I never disagreed that one should teach sex education. Never disagreed with that. Weren't the parents charged in the school shooting near Detroit? I think they were. Yeah. Yeah, they were. I know you guys don't think that they should have been, because that's holding parents responsible for the actions of their minor child. I know y'all don't think they should have been, but they should have been, and they were. Janice says, no, you were against it. I was not against it, Janice. See, y'all don't be understanding. That's why I say nuance is difficult for some people. I'll visit this for just a moment, Janice, just for you. I said parents should teach children about sexual education. This is what I said. Now, what you heard and what I said might be two different things. I said parents should teach their children about sex education. They should teach them, to abstain, and then teach them about sex education. but not presented in a way of don't have sex, but if you do, this is how you do it. That's very specific what I'm saying. So you teach the kid, if you're a believer in abstinence, you teach the kid to abstain. And then you can also teach them about everything associated with it. You're just not adding in the out of your mouth and but if you don't do this, but if you choose to do it, here is the best way to do it. That's what I said. But I said quite specifically that parents should teach their children. And I said, even if you telling your child that if one of your friends decide to do it, then you can teach them. But you shouldn't say, just in case you choose to do it, this is how you do it. That's what I said. That's what I said. That still makes sense to me. And it even makes sense in this example. You can teach your child how to use a gun. Show them the way to handle it, to be responsible, all of that kind of stuff. But you also got to teach them, but you don't go out shooting people. Slightly different, but yeah. Hold on, let me see. I missed some here. Greg says, I think Detroit parents should be investigated and potentially tried. Jerica, or some people know her, Jerica. She says, I agree. These parents need to be held accountable. You got a 16-year-old who started murdering people when he was allegedly, when he was 15. And we say, no, parents should not be held responsible for this. Janice says, yeah, quite contradictory. It is in no way, shape, or form contradictory. It is not. No parents should be held accountable for the child. Or maybe he's saying no. Parents should be held accountable for the child. The parents are dumber than the child. I'm not sure if the no is a part of that or if it's what an independent whatever. So I'm not sure if he's saying parents should be held responsible because they're dumber than the children, or if he's saying parents should not be held responsible because they're dumber than the children. I honestly, I don't know by the way that is typed up there. So it was that. What else did I have that I wanted to discuss? There was something else that I wanted to discuss. Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. He has, let me see if I can get to this story. He has pleaded guilty. Yeah. To sexual misconduct. Yeah, I remember somebody, it was a lady who said that he grabbed her breasts, touched her breasts without consent, and then he forcefully kissed her without her consent. And then there was another allegation that a female says that he pinched her buttocks without her permission in 2018. And then like 30 other women came forward saying that he had forcibly touched them as well. Initially, he pled not guilty to everything. Well, he has pleaded guilty in the initial sexual misconduct case. Now he's not going to jail. He's not going to jail. He pulled the old switcheroo. It might not be the old switcheroo. I'm not 100% sure exactly what the old switcheroo is. I think an old switcheroo can be a number of things. But he pulled this old switcheroo, which is, hey, you know what? I'm an alcoholic. And so I need some counseling. So in 2019, he went to an alcohol and behavior modification treatment program. And so, because of this plea, he won't face any jail time. They say he just has to continue with this treatment program for 6 months. And he cannot have any new arrests during that period. And failure to adhere to those terms may result in a year in jail. Failure to adhere to those terms may result in a year in jail. So Cuba Gooding Jr. just running around, grabbing titties and stuff. Just people really doing that? I don't know. I'm not one of those people, but people really just running around grabbing women by the breasts and all of that stuff. Yeah, he was touchy-feely. But look, he pulled the old what's his name? The one that was in the Usual Suspects, Kaiser Soze. I can't think of his real name. How ridiculous is it? See, this is coronavirus. I can think of the movies that the man was in. I can think of some TV shows that the man was in. He played the dude. Now I can't think of the dude's name in the TV show where he eventually, I think, ended up being the president. I remember him being in The Usual Suspects, and even the character's name was Kaiser Soze. Kevin Spacey, thank you. But I could not remember Kevin Spacey. That's that daggone coronavirus. But yeah, he pulled the old switcheroo too. Remember when he was accused of that stuff? He said, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, I'm gay. Like, what? Yeah, I'm gay, and I got some other issues, so I'm gonna go to counseling. I'm gonna get some treatment. I'm gonna step back from the limelight. I'm gonna get some treatment and some counseling, and then the next thing you know, well, them charges ended up getting dropped, didn't they? They ended up getting dropped. That's apparently the move. Maybe y'all boy Bill Cosby should have did that. Maybe Bill Cosby should have did that. He should have said, I got some issues. I'm going to counseling. I'm a sex addict. I'm going to go to counseling right when everything was getting ready to break. And then when he went to court, he could have just said, hey, I've already admitted to being a sex addict and I'm already getting counseling. What more do you want from me? And they would have said, he did admit it and he is getting counseling. So as a part of your sentence, we'll find you guilty, or you can plead guilty. And then just you stay in counseling. And as long as you don't rape nobody else, don't drug and rape nobody else, and keep up with the counseling, you ain't got to go to jail. Yes, Janice should have did. It's a word. It's all one word. You acting brand new, Janice. Should have did is a word. It's been a word since before I was born. Oh my goodness. We're not going to go into your defending Cosby. Oh, Cosby would never admit to a crime he never committed unless they put a gun to his beautiful wife's head. Well, he did admit to it. So you're right. Brenda says, forcible kissing and grabbing private parts is a no-go. But apparently, he got away with it for a long time. And with a lot of people. And just this one chick decided, oh, you're not going to grab my titty and get away with it. So she put it out there. But apparently it was a thing for a while because 30 women came forward after this one. And I know y'all are saying, well, all them women must have wanted something. Otherwise, why didn't they come forward earlier? So I don't really want to get into that because, we know that some of you, but that's an actual word. Like you can look up shoulda did, and it is in the dictionary. So, that and thoke, they are both in the dictionary. You can look them up. And he cried. He said, you gotta cry. You gotta cry. Glenn said, I just got back. Who grabbed titties? Cuba Gooding Jr. He pled or pleaded. I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer. Guilty to grabbing that lady titties. Yeah. Back in, what was that, 2018? I'm going to look back at the story. Yeah, in 2018, a woman accused Cuba Gooding Jr. of touching her breast without consent at a rooftop bar. And I remember that story. I remember him saying he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Then another woman, a female server, said that he pinched her booty in 2018. He said he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Then when things start looking bad, he went to a alcohol and behavior modification program. Yeah. Blame it on the alcohol. That's what he legit said. Blame it on the alcohol. That's a legal defense now. Blame it on the alcohol. And he went to treatment. And they said, all right, go. Tropicana, how you doing, Trop? She says, if that's the case, I got plenty of people to press charges on. She should have just hit him like the rest of us. No, y'all got to start telling. Y'all got to start telling. No, don't be out there making stuff up. Don't be out there making stuff up because some people make stuff up. But if it happened to you, tell. If it happened to you, tell. Greg says we should hold Cuba's parents responsible. If Cuba was 15 running around just willy-nilly grabbing titties and stuff, maybe. But like, he like full grown. He full grown. Glenn says, I can't imagine all the charges I would face for pinching booties at Woodward High School. Phyllis says, I don't care about Bill Cosby's misdeeds in his private life. I support the body of his work and the contribution he gave to our community. I still watch his shows. Oh my God. Oh my God. What that leads to, Phyllis, is you can be a monster. So you're saying if Bill Cosby was, I know I'm taking it to the next level to prove the point. If Bill Cosby was a serial murderer and Bill Cosby murdered instead of raped as many women as he raped, he murdered, you would still be saying, well, I don't care what he did in his private life. I support his body of work and the contributions he gave to our community. Plus, the Cosby Show is funny. So what? He murdered 60 people, but that's a funny show. Come on, that's irresponsible. Phyllis, that's irresponsible. I don't care about his misdeeds in his private life. It's not your private life when you are raping people. Just like it's not your private life when you're murdering people. You don't get to say, what? I killed them on my private time. That's my private time. What difference does it make to you that I murdered 32 people? That's my private time. Just don't you worry about what I do on set. Don't worry, the people that I murder ain't got nothing to do with you. Come on. Come on. Phyllis says, Emanuel, my opinion is my opinion. I stand by it, period. He didn't murder anyone. But you would still support him if he did. He raped people. He raped people. But they didn't die. What? And yes, your opinion is your opinion. And you stand by it, sadly. But if you put it out there, I got a right. I got a right. I mean, if you don't put it out there, I got a right. But if you put it out there, I got a right to be critical of it. And that's something you should be exceptionally critical of. And if I learned nothing else through all of this Bill Cosby stuff, I learned that a lot of women are worse than men when it comes to holding people responsible for sexual misconduct and raping of women. But no, he didn't murder anyone to our knowledge. But if you found out he did, you would still say, well, okay, he killed 30 people, but the Cosby Show was funny, so I'm still going to support him. And while you stand by your opinion, you should be ashamed of yourself. Vernon says, I would be on death row for what I was doing in high school. Look, I know a lot of people did do a lot of stuff. I would have told y'all my story. I got in trouble. That was in junior high. I got in trouble for asking a girl if I could touch her booty. I thought I was doing the right thing by asking. Lewis says, most black men are set up and convicted of rape charges. Most black men think the innocent are guilty. Boy, you're throwing that word most around a whole lot. Again, I argue that most black men have never been charged with rape, let alone convicted of rape. So, wow, you're throwing the word most around a lot. You know, most means more than half. Did you know that? Most means more than half. The notion that 51% or 50% plus one of black men have been set up and convicted of rape charges. Come on. Bill Cosby played blind while in prison. He is the worst kind of sexual predator. Okay, Phyllis says, no, if he murdered any one of them, I would want him to be punished and put in prison. What about Donald Trump? It's no shame for me. What about Donald Trump? So you definitely don't want Donald Trump to get in no trouble. Well, he didn't do the Cosby Show, so. No, if he would have murdered them, you would still say the Cosby Show was funny. Just be honest, you would. You would. I know you have no shame, which is shameful. Clyde Bennett got his one client off of rape charges, and the other client, he got probation. That's good lawyering. I mean, I'm not mad at the lawyer for doing his job. That's the system that we're in. You do your job, but y'all, people shouldn't be raping people. They shouldn't be grabbing their body parts without their permission. They shouldn't be doing that. And that's just that. Only a small percentage of your Facebook commenters pull outlandish crap out their tails. Oh, okay. Let's see. Central Park 5, I don't know how we got here, had to get let out by white people because most black people believed they were guilty, just like Livingston does. I never said they were guilty. When did I say that? Was that what happened November 13th, 2017? Was that I said that the Central Park 5 were guilty? Because I don't remember that either. This country is built off people who did horrific things. That doesn't make it right, but there's a foundation of tolerance. There is, sadly. There is a foundation of tolerance. And we tolerate a lot of stuff. Glenn says you was a scrape thief. Oh, bro, when I was getting scrapes, it was all consensual. It was all consensual. Because trust me, she had to slow down enough for me to catch her. Because chicks could run back in the day. From me. Now let it be somebody else chasing them, light skin with some wavy hair. And they was like the white chicks in the horror movies. They couldn't run worth a damn, tripping. Oh, I fell. Oh, no. Oh. White chicks in horror movies all day. Let me get behind them. They was Flojo. Pew. I was trying to hide and go get it. I'm trying to get it. You was just tripping like crazy. Like you couldn't not trip over the blades of grass when Pretty Ricky was chasing you. Oh, a blade of grass. Oh no. But when Emanuel Livingston start chasing you, got down in the stands the whole nine. I heard the starters pistol. Pew, they was gone. It's like, what the hell? The grass is still there. How did you learn to run over the grass? Girls used to run from you until they discovered you could sing. They did used to run, but we was playing hide and go get it. It was a little game that we played as kids. And so I always felt like if you playing hide and go get it, everything is consensual. But you agreeing to play hide and go get it? Y'all know what hide and go get it is, so don't act brand new. So if you agreed to play hide and go get it, you really are consenting to what happened when you get caught. Yeah, they was tripping on purpose so damn Pretty Ricky could catch them. Yeah, they was. But yeah, no, they was definitely consensual scrapes. It was definitely consensual scrapes. I have to admit, I lost some of my speed chasing after certain chicks. I'd be running, she a trip. Oh no. And I'd be like, oh no, I tripped and fell too. Like, oh no. See, somebody help me up. I'm like, oh, somebody help me up. Because I wasn't trying to catch her. So it went both ways. It went both ways. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. See, if you catch her, you can kiss her. That's all. No, that was not all. You could get some scrapes. Now, you talking about kiss and catcher. I'm talking about hide and go get it. It's like hide and seek, only different. So yeah, that was a real game that we used to see. Janice, you when y'all was younger, y'all wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wasn't, but when we were younger, come on, you was a perv, a kid. No, like the whole damn neighborhood was playing hide and go get it. Why do y'all be acting brand new? Why y'all be acting? See, y'all make me say this stuff as if I'm doing something wrong. Y'all making me say this stuff as if I was doing something wrong. But come on. Y'all know I wasn't playing hide and go get it alone. That would be nasty. I thought hide and go get it was some grinding on with kids. Exactly, Renita. Renita played it. She know the rules of the game. She know the rules of the game. And Anthony said the girls were very willing to play also. Yes, they was. Yes, they was. We wasn't hiding. We was going to go get it. Right, exactly. Jeannie want to know, is this scrapes the Cincinnati turf? Jerica talking about we played it too, but I wasn't letting nobody hunch on me. If you wasn't gonna let nobody hunch on you, then why was you playing hide and go get it? See, now you're making me mad. Why would you play hide and go get it if couldn't nobody get it? Then you just say, I'm not playing. There was some chicks that said that, and we was like, then carry your ass home. We was cool with that. But don't play the game if you don't want to play the game. I always felt in my heart, them is the type of chicks that's trapping brothers. Them is the type of chicks that grew up trapping brothers. When the announcement was made, we gonna play hide and go get it. Some chicks was like, no, I'm not doing that. So carry your ass home then. They go home. But if you gonna hide, that I'm playing, I'm in with your little fast stuff. I'm in. Okay, cool, you in. I mean, if you get got, you get got. Consent is not just implied. Consent is straight up given by the very fact that you playing hide and go get it. I played too, but I wasn't letting nobody hunch on me. Janice, how about just a kiss on the cheek? Janice, then you was not playing hide and go get it. You was playing kiss and catchers. That's a totally different game. Apparently, hide and go get it came out after a certain time in the 70s. In the 70s is when hide and go get it came out. You know, we were innovative children. We figured out some stuff. Jerica Van, right. That's why I ran around poles or cars like crazy. And your ass shouldn't have been playing. But Renita, you was getting caught. Stop burping. You knew right off. I had to go get it. I had to go get it. I used to play hide and go get it. Yep, we sure did. We played. You knew. Come on. Y'all just be, why y'all be perping? Like y'all don't have to act like that. City proper. I never heard it outside the 275 loop. Stop it. Y'all heard of scrapes before. And you always recruited the girls with the big breasts. Brenda says, block boys love to play hide and go get it. Go ahead and says, girl, all whole body behind the tree, but her white gym shoes was clearly visible. Martha says, we called it find them, grind them. What? Now that sounds creepy. Find them, grind them. But I guess it's the same concept. And Martha, you're not going to be one of these people who, well, we called it find them, grind them, but I never played it, or I did play it, but I wasn't going to let nobody grind on me. If you agreed to find them, grind them, or hide and go get it, and you was like, man, ain't nobody going to touch me, and you grew up to, tell dudes, like, yeah, and then when they did it, you was like, no. Mary says, I would not play hide and go get it, but I played spin the bottle. Well, how old are you, Mary? Because I never played spin the bottle. When I was coming up, spin the bottle was something that old people used to play. So you got to be like in your 60s. Got to be in your 60s, Mary. Closer to 70. Scott said, some only wanted to be caught by one person. Yeah. And them that only wanted to be caught by one person, they sure as hell knew how to run. Janice and Jericho was fast. That didn't have nothing to do with being no preacher's kid. That just had to do with being out there. Lewis said the game sound fun, but I never got a chance to play. Hey, I'm mad that I played before it was not a regular thing, because it depends if the guy that I like was playing, or something that I like, or someone that I like. Okay. Oh. There's some serious honesty right there. Benita says she fake hurt her ankle so many times until the boy she liked caught her. And I fake hurt my ankle a few times too, because the chick that I did not want, I was getting close to it. She was running slow. Oh, I hurt my ankle. Oh, here, let me help you. No, I'm good. You're supposed to be running. Run. Angela says she 46 and y'all played spin the bottle. Where did you live? Like out in the country? Because maybe the good stuff hadn't got out there to y'all. Benita says you play spin the bottle after hide and go get it so you can tell. Maybe we thinking spin the bottle was a different thing. My understanding of spin the bottle, how did y'all get me talking about this? My understanding of spin the bottle was the person spins the bottle, and I'm sorry, my wrist hurts. I slept crazy a few nights ago and my wrist hurts really bad. But you spin the bottle, and then whoever the bottle land on, like if you're a boy spinning the bottle, these were very gender specific. If you a boy and you spin the bottle and it point to a girl, then you get the kisser or something like that. Sound like you talking about truth or dare. Bernie, see, you going too far. Let's see. The best was Planet After Dark. Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Planet After Dark. Yeah, because you could do a lot more stuff after dark. Because everybody looking can't really see what you're doing. It's just two masses. It look like some shadows over there, but it looked like they connected. Yeah, yeah. Was 7 minutes in heaven a thing? I've heard that term. But yeah, never did it. So you calling me old? No, I'm just asking how old are you? Because again, we wasn't playing spin the bottle. Not apparently some people was. It was a 46-year-old who said that they played spin the bottle, but I think they lived out in the rural areas where wasn't too many humans. And yeah. Hold on, let's see. Annette says, I really didn't know what that game was. We were in the middle of playing it, and my mom heard this one boy talking about it and threatened to shoot him. Oh. My children played Spin the Bottle. It's a tried and true game. Okay. Angela, I lived in Winton Terrace, Avondale, and Walnut Hills. So shut up, Eman. Okay, if you and if you say so. But the girls that I know that moved from Winton Terrace to where I was, they knew a little something more about hide and go get it. They were aggressively getting caught. if that make any sense. And when Terrace girls was aggressively getting caught. Even by me. And it's every once in a while you catch them and you'll be like, she know too much. I'm not catching her no more. She know too much. I'm scared. When Terrace girls knew something. I'm just saying. The Winton Terrace girls was always, they were always like, there would be somebody cousin came over and they cousin actually live in Winton Terrace, but they over visiting, and then we get to plan hide and go get it, or one of them other games. And then you get paired up with the cousin from Winton Terrace. And you're like, why are you putting your tongue in my mouth? What is going on? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all didn't know nothing about all of that. Like, oh, that's nasty. Get your tongue in my mouth. I'm from Winton Terrace. Oh, well. This is how they get down to Winton Terrace, but that ain't how we get down over here. Like, oh, she from Winton Terrace. Catch her. Then why you got your hands out of my pants? Get your hands out of my pants. We ain't supposed to be doing all of that. We just supposed to be get some scrapes. I'm from Winton Terrace. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, well, oh my God, I'm scared of them Winton Terrace girls. I was scared of them Winton Terrace girls. Every time somebody cousin, where's she from? She from Winton Terrace. Like, oh my goodness. I ain't playing. I'm not playing. Hey, carry your ass home. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm carrying my ass home. But she from Winton Terrace. It's a little more advanced than I was. I'm just telling the truth. Am I lying? Am I lying? Clear says Winton Terrace girls were fast. Yes, they were. So if you was over in Winton Terrace playing Spin the Bottle, you was playing with like the first graders or something like that. Because by the time them Winton Terrace girls got, how old are you? Oh my goodness. Brenda says red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Never heard of the last part, Ras Freeman. Do it to me. You nasty. What? I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. Oh boy. I have no idea what happened. My best friend and family stayed in Winton Terrace, and when I went over there, the boys were somewhat more aggressive too. Maybe that's why the girls were aggressive. Maybe so, but them girls was so aggressive. Them Winton Terrace girls was so aggressive. I had to play these games because my 8 brothers was all about those games, and they had to watch my sister and I outside. All right. Oh, Janice over here bragging. Janice over here bragging. Talking about I can't help it because all the boys wanted to kiss me. So Janice, back in the day when you was playing kissing catchers, because that's what you was playing. When you was playing kissing catchers and the boys got to kiss you on the cheek, was it certain boys that you ran slower from and certain boys that you turned into Flojo with? Oh, and by the way, happy Good Friday. I don't know why y'all talking about this on Good Friday? Why are y'all talking about this on Good Friday? Jesus was nowhere in hide and go get it. Jesus was nowhere in hide and go get it. And y'all talking about this on Good Friday. This is the opposite of Good Friday. This is Bad Friday. Y'all talking about all y'all little bad stuff. Brenda Harris talking about as soon as they said go, all the boys started chasing me. I don't know about that. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm not saying that it's 100% not true. I'm just saying that sounded a little fishy. That sounded a little fishy to me. Oh, but maybe, Brenda. Maybe they started chasing you so you would take off and run. And then they could take their time chasing the chase that they actually wanted to chase. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you just thought they was chasing you. Like, yeah, they said go. They had told everybody else in that band, like, we're gonna do a false start. So when we say go, y'all don't necessarily go, and we're gonna all act like we chasing Brenda, so she can. Man, ain't nobody got to worry about accidentally catching her. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. They was all chasing you. Yeah. And all the other girls was just standing there like, oh no, what about us? They was like, F y'all, we want Brenda. That sounds reasonable. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. That's the way it happened. That's the way it happened. Oh, you think she was just an easy catch? She was an easy catch. Okay, Brenda, when you were growing up, did you, before this, like when you was like really young, did you have braces on your legs or something? Was it something like that. So then when you got to out there and you got to running, your legs wasn't that strong, and just everybody knew they could catch you. Like, did you get caught every game by like everybody? Or were you like a track star? And even though everybody was chasing you, nobody could catch you. He was like, I never got caught playing kissing catchers or whatever. I'm just curious. I don't know. But it sounds weird to me that everybody was chasing you. Brenda wore yoga pants as a kid. Oh. She was a slow flojo. Oh. Did you grow up in Winton Terrace? Did you grow up in Winton Terrace? Just curious. Everybody know them Winton Terrace girls was fast. And I don't even know what it was. Not fast, like run fast, but fast, like really aggressive. They really were. I'm not even just saying that. They really were. They were aggressive. And I was, you know what I'm saying, when I was playing, those games, what age were we when we were playing those? Because high school, we had long outgrew that. Junior high, we had outgrew that. So that's like what? Maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, maybe. By the time you got to junior high, you wasn't playing those games. So what? How old are you then? What's about 8, 9, 10, maybe 11 years old. So from what? 8 to 11. Yeah. About 8 to 11 is when you're playing those type of games. I didn't know nothing 8 to 11. I knew getting scrapes felt good. I knew that I liked the little girl body and I didn't like the little boy body. I knew that there was a difference. That I knew. So when people talk about, all that other stuff, it's certain stuff you know. And like I said, I knew at 8, I liked girl body. I knew before then, but I definitely knew then. And like I said, I didn't know nothing. So for me to be out there and then to catch a girl, which was an amazing thing, and then for her to be like aggressive, it was scary for me. You sound like you were transitioning. No, maybe I said it wrong. I'm saying I knew when I was 8 playing hide and go get it that I wanted to chase girls. I knew I liked to put my hands on a girl's body. I knew that there was no way that I would have liked to put my hands on a boy's body. I knew there was a difference. And I knew what I liked. So, no, nobody sound like they transitioning. So she was getting some scrapes. She was trying to go, them Winton Terrace girls, and forgive me if I'm giving Winton Terrace like a bad name, but I'm just telling y'all the truth. Them Winton Terrace girls, they was trying to do more than get scrapes. Like they knew stuff. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to be doing that. What are you doing? That's too far. Why don't you? So yeah, she was getting some scrapes and stuff. Yes, Raz. I was scared. I was scared. You're not supposed to be. I'm 8. Why are you putting your tongue in my mouth? That's not supposed to happen. What is this about? That's nasty. That's all wet and slimy. That's not supposed to happen. I don't want your tongue in my mouth. Why you are not supposed to have your hands under my clothes. That's not supposed to happen. I'm scared. I'm scared. Yes, at 8, I was scared. Verse English woods, they were making babies. I never ran across no English woods girls. It was always Winton Terrace. It was always Winton Terrace. Some Madisonville girls was a little faster, but they wasn't as fast as the Winton Terrace girls. Girls from Hughes were fast too. All right. Raz says it's natural, homie. It wasn't natural at 8. It wasn't natural at 8. So where were your parents when you were getting freaky as an 8-year-old? Usually at work. Usually at work. But are you trying to make the point that my parents should be held responsible? I didn't murder anyone. But let's say something had happened and I had gotten somebody pregnant at 8. I probably was capable. Yes, at 8. Then yeah, at 8, then my parents would have been responsible for that. So if that's the point that you're making, it still falls in line with what I'm saying. Finlater Garden Boys were the worst. I never knew anything about that. Janice says child abuse. Well, it was children doing it, so. I agree, AJ Williams. It's cool though. Anyway, he make it seem like the Winton Terrace girls was being molested. I don't know what they was doing over there in Winton Terrace. I just know that the Winton Terrace girls, they knew what they wanted and they was going for it. Like they was straight going for it. So I don't know if the boys over there was, if they was playing it with like high school dudes or what. I don't know. It was just tingling at 8, no juice. I'm pretty sure, maybe you, but I'm pretty sure at 8, I could have had a baby. I'm just telling you, you ain't got to believe me, but I'm pretty sure I could have had a baby. What a great show to bring back memories. Y'all got me here talking about Cuba Gooding Jr., who was wrong. He was wrong. Cuba Gooding Jr. was wrong. Let's see. Lived in Denhart Building on Finley. We got into the rooms at the top of the building and made a secret clubhouse everyone used. See, nobody was, I'm not going to say that word. Look, you didn't know me at 8. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know me at 8. You want to shoot nothing at 8. Y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know that. I'm saying it's It's possible. It's possible at 8. For all y'all know, one of them Winton Terrace girls would have got a hold of me. Ain't no telling what would have happened. Ain't no telling. Oh, and me saying my first, my second, and my third. The list is too long to continue. You were scared that you might get pregnant. Oh, I think I might have been. Anthony, I might have been. I don't remember her name, but I remember the first Winton Terrace girl that got a hold of me. And I'm not going to lie, it scared the bejesus out of me. It scared her. I was like, what is going on? What is she doing? She just knew too damn much. She knew too much. Just being honest. TC says she was cleaning. They are nasty, TC. They nasty. All right, y'all. My time is just about up. I got to get out of here. Yeah, I got to get out of here. I got some things that I got to do. I got to go pick up a few things. I want everybody to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank y'all for, listening to me and just having fun with me sometimes. Everything, what I'm saying? We talk about some serious stuff and we get a little silly, but sometimes it's just fine to just go back and remember nonsense we did as a kid. Just remember nonsense we did as a kid. And then looking back from a 51-year-old mind to that little 8-year-old boy being scared as hell of that little probably 9-year-old Winton Terrace girl. It's just funny to me, and it does bring back good, I say innocent memories, even though there was some level of sexuality there. We didn't know nothing at 8. We didn't know nothing. Some knew a little more than others, and we were just exploring. And then you grow up, and all that exploration becomes criminal activity. But thinking back to the old days when it was innocent experimentation and exploration, and it really does bring back good memories. Even the ones that were scary for me anyway. Maybe I might have been the only little boy that was scared of the Winton Terrace girls who knew more than me. But I'm being honest. And I ain't scared of them now, but you from Winton Terrace. And I was out there, I wouldn't be scared of you. But if you're from Winton Terrace and you out there, I think Mrs. Livingston will F you up if you try to mess with me. So keep your distance. That was back in the day. And that says, you still didn't tell me how not to kill this white man in my office. Was that something I was supposed to be doing? I was not aware that was something on the agenda. Hold on, I know I had to go, but why do you not need to kill the white man in your office? And don't get me wrong. Don't nobody want you, Otis. Oh, they do. Oh, they do. Trust me. Why are you trying to not kill the white man in your office? What is the man in your office doing? What is the man in your office doing? No, I'm just trying to ask, what is the man, what's going on in the office? What's happening? Because I don't want you in a bad situation. So if we need to help you get out of a bad situation, let us know, Annette. I know what you meant. I knew what you meant. But I look, if you said to me, Jerica, I'm having a situation with somebody at the office and I need your advice on how to handle it, I will have to give you some advice on how to handle it. I'm all about helping people. I'm all about helping people. Um, I think, hold on, let me see. How many days do I have? How many days do I have? Because I know what it was like 17 days. I think I'm probably down to like 10 days now, probably. Let me see. Oh, I'm at the 12. I got 12 more days left on probation. And then says he is disrespecting and belittling me using that white man privilege. I would say just stand up for yourself. I would have to know maybe a few specifics. I would have to know some specifics, like what is actually he's disrespecting and belittling you. And that's bad. That's bad. But I would say you definitely don't let that happen, but to know some specifics so that maybe we could help you. Some people don't listen to them because they'll be telling you to do crazy stuff. But there has to be a good way to deal with whatever it is that you're going through. Excuse me, you shouldn't have to be disrespected. You shouldn't have to be disrespected. AJ, he got all sensitive yesterday. He remembered the exact number of negative comments I made about him. I'm sorry, that's a black wolf fish. Well, I didn't. I just pulled a number out of nowhere. But you said that you were going to call in, or that you were concerned about a person who was murdered, and that we should talk about that person. But then you never talked about that person. So that says to me, you didn't really think that we should talk about that person. You just wanted to say that we should talk about that person as a kind of backhanded way of insulting the people for talking about what they were actually talking about. So I just kind of pointed that out. So that's it. I like to point out y'all nonsense. November 13th, 2017. If anybody know what I did on November 13th, 2017, just hit me up in my messages so that I can figure it out. Again, not to make an excuse, but just so that I can either say, yeah, no, that's not what happened. Or I can say, yeah, I did that. I sure did. One way or the other. Look, I gotta get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, having some fun with me today. It is Good Friday. Enjoy your weekend. If you celebrate Good Friday and Easter and all that kind of stuff from a religious, spiritual standpoint, enjoy the celebration of the resurrection. If you don't, and it's just another day for you, have a great weekend. Either way, I hope that something amazing happens in your life over the course of this weekend. Until next time, it's been the Afternoon Experiment. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm out, y'all. Peace.